In Pit Lane is proudly brought to you by Dynotech by Dyno Dynamics. For your nearest workshop, visit our website. And with the support of the Ramada Resort, Phillip Island.
The first round of the series got underway a couple of weeks ago with the Clipsal 500 in Adelaide. Brand new cars, brand new regulations, and a driver that everyone's talking about at the moment, a 19-year-old from New Zealand by the name of Scott McLaughlin, currently racing for the Fujitsu Garry Rogers Motorsport team. And I'm pleased to say he's sitting across from me right now. Scott, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me, mate.
Now, let's talk about how did you get the ride with Garry Rogers? When did you know that that was happening?
It was late December, actually. It all sort of happened. Bit of a dream come true for me. You know, at the end of last year, I actually got a chance to drive in the V8 Supercar series with Garry Rogers. He pulled me out of the car out of the Dunlop series and put me straight in, and that was pretty cool. But it all happened really fast. But before I knew it, I was testing my new car, and you know, Adelaide came around pretty quick.
The thing is, I mean, Garry has an established reputation for taking young talent. Jamie Whincup, Garth Tander, he's really picked them out. Mike Caruso. Yeah. Does that make you feel better? I mean, that you're following the footsteps of those guys.
Oh, for sure. You know, Whincup, Tander, you know, like you said, it's pretty amazing to be a part of that group. He sacked Whincup, so hopefully I don't get sacked. But you know,
well, I don't know. It didn't turn out too badly for Jamie.
I know. But at the moment, you know, we've got a great car, great package. The team has been great, and Garry's been awesome as well. So I'm so happy right now, and I feel like I'm driving the best I've ever have.
The thing is, I said during the news that this race that's coming up this weekend, people, and particularly Garry's was one of them, who looked at it and said, oh, you know, it's such a nuisance. But this year it's got to be, you must be relieved that it's coming, because you've got brand new cars, lots of new drivers. This gives you another weekend of real world testing.
Oh, exactly. You know, it's a massive test, but you know, we're going hard, we're having fun, you know, and we want to put a good show for the fans in Australian Grand Prix. So, you know, definitely I'll be learning a lot out there. It's the first time I've driven on a soft tyre, and also, you know, just practice pit stops more and more. So, hey, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a full-on weekend, and you know, it's probably be a little bit more back to what I'm used to, 4 12-lap races, much like the Dunlop series last year.
The interesting thing with your teammate Alex Premer was on the program last year, and I always said that, you know, when people were criticising Alex, I said that's the long-term view that Garry had. He saw ahead and thought, this guy's going to be really suited to the car of the future, and that seemed to be the case over the weekend. He's an experienced driver. I mean, what are you getting from him?
Oh, massive amounts. He's a great guy, for one, and we've got along really well, and I think that's what's pushing the team forward a lot too. So, yeah, great chemistry there at the moment, but also, you know, Alex has got a lot of experience in DTM, Le Mans. You know, the guy's got a proven record. So, you know, he's very determined to make sure he's got a good reputation here, and you know, the determination of the guys are unbelievable. So I think that's what's taken him that extra step forward.
We saw just before on the news some stuff out of NASCAR, and talking with or listening to a lot of interviews with the NASCAR guys. Over there, it's very, very important, the relationship between the driver and the chief engineer. Who's your engineer, and how close are you guys in terms of your race strategy and running the race?
Yeah, my engineer is actually Richard Holloway. He used to run with Mark Scaife, one of the championships back in the day. So he's got a lot of experience there, and he's taught me a lot already. So I have one race meeting. Basically, he commands all the, you could say, strategy. I don't really get into that much, but he tells me when to pit, and that's when I do. And you know, we haven't tuned the car up that much, but he's sort of got used to how I give the feedback back about the car, and you know, we're all ticking along pretty well. But you know, there's certain steps we've got to jump, and you know, at the moment everything's running smoothly, and I can't ask for anything better. We
saw the cars this year are in some cases, well, it's sort of a little bit of 6 of one, half a dozen the other. In some ways they're more sophisticated, in another way they're less sophisticated. Yeah. In particular, the things like, you know, your roll centres and those sort of things that can't be changed, that could be changed last year. From coming out of even the Dunlop series, how different are the cars to drive?
Oh, it's a huge amount. The biggest thing for me is the brakes. It's unbelievable. You know, it creates great racing. The brakes don't fade. They don't get too hot. So you got a lot of performance there. You can make moves at the end of the race where you couldn't. So you know, it's a major improvement for V8 Supercars, and I think, you know, as the teams get used to get developing the cars and stuff, you're going to see better racing from here on in.
You mentioned that the brakes didn't get too hot, but certainly the brake pedals got hot, or the pedal boxes.
Yep.
You're wearing some thongs today. You're still suffering quite a bit, aren't you?
Yeah, it was tough. You know, just a good introduction, but hey, it was good fun, and you know, I've taken a cup of concrete and away I've gone, and I'm having fun.
Well, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Look, it'll be great to watch you come through. There's a lot of big raps on you, and I mean that can be a good thing or a bad thing. Do you feel the pressure when people say comparing you to, you know, a 19-year-old Craig Lowndes and that sort of thing?
No, I'm just my own person, mate. I just go out there and you know, I'm enjoying life at the moment. You know, I'm 19 years old and I've got a professional V8 Supercar career, and
that's really tough. Don't rub it in, mate.
No, sorry, but yeah, it's unbelievable, and I'm just want to go out there and just do the best I can. Whatever happens, happens.
You've probably got a beautiful girlfriend too, so never mind.
yeah, I do.
No. Just as well you said that. Well, Scott, good luck this weekend at Albert Park, but also good luck for the rest of the season, and we'll follow your career with interest. But for now, thanks for joining us in Pit Lane.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks.
And thank you to you at home. Now, next week on the program, all the wrap-up from the Australian Formula One Grand Prix. We'll give you all the news, and hopefully it'll be a safe and a really good weekend. Also coming up this weekend, the Sebring 12-hour, one of the great races of the world. Audi are running a couple of cars there, so we'll give you all of the results and the news from the Sebring 12-hour as well. Also, if we've got time, I'm hoping next week, we went to the Bathurst 12-hour just recently, caught up with the guys from Radio Le Mans. John Hindhoff, the voice of international sports car racing, had a great interview with him, and also Shay Adam from Radio Le Mans, and we hope to show you that next week on the program when things get a little bit more quiet, a little bit more sensible. But from all of us here, enjoy your Grand Prix. We'll see you next week. Until then, from all of us here on In Pit Lane, bye for now.